Homeward Bound, written by Ellen G. White.
A mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing, our helper he amid the flood of immortal ills prevailing. Still is our ancient foe, doth seek to work us woe. His craft and power are great, and armed with cruel hate. On earth is not his equal.
A United Church. August 2nd, God's Fortress. I write so that you may know how you ought to conduct yourself in the house of God, which is the church of the living God, the pillar and the ground of the truth. 1 Timothy 3 verse 15. The church is God's appointed agency for our salvation. It was organized for service, and its mission is to carry the gospel of the world. From the beginning, it has been God's plan that through his church shall be reflected to the world his fullness and his sufficiency. The members of the church, those whom he has called out of darkness into his marvelous light, are to show forth his glory. The church is the repository of the riches of the grace of Christ, and through the church will eventually be made manifest, even to the principalities and the powers in heavenly places, the final and full display of the love of God. Ephesians 3 verse 10. Many and wonderful other promises recorded in the scriptures regarding church. Mine house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. Isaiah 56 verse 7. I will make them and the places around about my hill a blessing, and I will cause the shower to come down in his season. There shall be showers of blessing. Ezekiel 34 verse 26. The church is God's fortress, his city of refuge, which he holds in a revolted world. Any betrayal of the church is treachery to him who has bought mankind with the blood of his only begotten Son. From the beginning, faithful souls have constituted the church on earth. In every age, the Lord has had his watchmen, who have borne a faithful testimony to the generation in which they lived. These sentinels gave the message of warning, and when they were called to lay off their armor, others took up the work. God brought these witnesses into covenant relations with himself, uniting the church on earth with the church in heaven. He has sent forth his angels to minister to his church, and the gates of hell have not been able to prevail against his people. Through centuries of persecution, conflicts, and darkness, God has sustained his church. Not one cloud has fallen upon it that he has not prepared for. Not one opposing force has risen to counterwork his work that he has not foreseen. All has taken place as he predicted. He has not left his church forsaken, but has traced in prophetic declarations what would occur, and that which his spirit inspired the prophet to foretell has been brought about. All his purposes will be fulfilled. His law is linked with his throne, and no power of evil can destroy it. Truth is inspired and guarded by God, and it will triumph over all oppositions.
A mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing, our helper he amid the flood of immortal ills prevailing. Still is our ancient foe, doth seek to work us woe. His craft and power are great, and armed with cruel hate. On earth is not his equal. Join us tomorrow for another devotional reading by God's grace. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones, for the edifying of the body of Christ.